Concerning all acts of initiative and creation, there is one elementary truth, the ignorance of which kills countless ideas and splendid plans. That the moment one definitely commits oneself, then Providence moves too. All sorts of things occur to help one that would not otherwise have occurred. A whole stream of events issues from the decision, raising in one's favor all manner of unforeseen incidents and meetings and material assistance, which no man would have dreamed would come his way. I've learned a deep respect for one of Goethe's couplets. Whatever you can do, or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, magic, and power in it. Begin it now. W. H. Murray, The Scottish Himalayan Expedition. Quoted by Stephen Pressfield in The War Bard. Good morning. I'm Richard Littauer. This is Francis Bacon and Eggs. Today I'll be reading a short essay, Essay 12, on boldness, from 1625. I've actually already read this essay and videotaped it, but I somehow deleted it. How bold. Boldness is an interesting concept, and it's a short essay, so I'm going to try something new and interesting. I'm going to make some eggs. First, let's get some eggs. Eggs there. I'm going to put some meat with my eggs. Finally, a pan. So, I didn't want normal bacon anymore because it has nitrates in it, which are proven carcinogens. And I'm not the biggest fan of getting cancer and dying, so I'm not going to do that. Instead, what I had my butcher do was cut up some really nice pork into thin slices. Normally you'd use it for like a pork belly roast. I don't want a huge amount, so I'm just going to use one slice today, which is freaking massive. This may not even work, but I'm going to be bold. In fact, I'm going to use the cast iron. Save this other stuff for dinner sometime. I'm using the cast iron because I made a really nice Salisbury steak dinner last night with homemade gravy with mushrooms. And I want that flavor to just impart itself in this, but I think it'll be good. One of the nice things about cast irons, you can kind of have meals naturally flow into each other by just using the same pan without cleaning it. And it's not necessarily bad. It's kind of gross, but personally I like it. So I'm going to turn that up. For eggs today, I'm just going to wait for this to cook. So, of boldness. It is a trivial grammar school text, but yet worthy a wise man's consideration. The question was asked of Demosthenes, what was the chief part of an orator? He answered, action. What next? Action. What next? Again? Action. He said it that knew it best, and had by nature himself no advantage in that he commended. A strange thing, that part of an orator which is but superficial, and rather the virtue of a player, should be placed so high above those other noble parts of invention, elocution, and the rest, nay, almost alone, as if it were all in all. But the reason is plain. There is in human nature generally more of the fool than of the wise, and therefore those faculties by which the foolish part of men's minds is taken are most potent. Wonderful like is the case of boldness in civil business. What first? Boldness. What second and third? Boldness. And yet boldness is a child of ignorance and baseness, far inferior to other parts. But nevertheless, it doth fascinate, and bind hand and foot those that are either shallow in judgment or weak in courage, which are the greatest part. Yea, and prevaileth with wise men at weak times. Therefore we see it hath done wonders in popular states, but with senates and princes less. And more, ever upon the first entrance of bold persons into action than soon after. For boldness is an ill keeper of promise. I don't think Francis Bacon likes people very much. This is really quite damning of the common lot. Surely as there are mountebanks for the natural body, so there are mountebanks for the political body. Men that undertake great cures, and perhaps have been lucky in 2 or 3 experiments, but want the grounds of science, and therefore cannot hold out. Nay, you shall see a bold fellow many times do Mahomet's miracle. Mahomet made the people believe that he would call a hill to him, and from the top of it offers up his prayers to the observers of his law. The people assembled. Mahomet called the hill to come to him again and again. And when the hill stood still, he was never a whit abashed, but said, "If the hill will not come to Mahomet, Mahomet will go to the hill." So these men, when they have promised great matters and failed most shamefully, yet, if they have perfection of boldness, they will but slide it over, and make a turn, and no more ado. Fascinating. Certainly to men of great judgment, bold persons are a sport to behold. Nay, to the vulgar also boldness hath somewhat of the ridiculous. For if absurdity be the subject of laughter, doubt you not but great boldness is seldom without some absurdity. Especially it is a sport, to see when a bold fellow is out of countenance, for that puts his face into a most shrunken and wooden posture, as needs it must. For in bashfulness the spirits do a little go and come, but with bold men, upon like occasions, they stand at a stay, like a stale at chess, where it is no mate, but yet the game cannot stir. But this last were fitter for a satire than for a serious observation. Oh, Francis Bacon, how you do make me laugh. Ha ha ha. So that's being cooked. I'm going to put in some mushrooms, because I like mushrooms. They're very good. And because C.S. Lewis quoted in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe this wonderful sentence. It says, "The children woke up in the beaver's house smelling the most beautiful smell. I hope you smelled it. Of bacon, eggs, and mushrooms all simmering together in a pan." Which really makes you wonder, why were the beavers in the Chronicles of Narnia eating bacon? Were there talking pigs? Why weren't there talking pigs? Are beavers normally carnivores? Are the beavers cannibals? Good God. Anyway, I still like that section. I wrote a review of that book, mostly laughing at it, on my Lit Review website. You can check it out at brentfenn.com/litreview. While we're on that topic, I want to give a shout out to Francis for being awesome, and Frederick for being more awesome. Frederick, thank you for the Patreon edition and for suggesting I keep going with Francis Bacon. You really love it. That's great. I appreciate that. And to Lou, because Lou deserves a shout out all the time. Another Patreon subscriber. Thank you guys. You make this work possible. Bacon. Basically gammon at this point. Just gonna let these mushrooms sort of just fry themselves to death there. Not the best way to make mushrooms, but I'm gonna be okay with it. And now I'm going to just put on low heat, low to medium heat. Just gonna do 1 egg today. I actually already have a massive smoothie, so I don't really need to eat that much. That's delicious. Oh yeah. I didn't make that, my girlfriend did. Thank you. Happens to be sitting here in the audience. Last paragraph. "This is all to be weighed, that boldness is ever blind. For it seeth not dangers and inconveniences. Therefore it is ill in counsel, good in execution. So that the right use of bold persons is, that they never command in chief, but be second and under the direction of others. For in counsel it is good to see dangers, and in execution not to see them, except they be very great." So if you have a super audacious person, just put them second in command. Some interesting notes here. Quadrivium. Trivial, commonplace, well known. The word is derived from the Latin trivium, the name anciently given to the three elementary studies of the schools, grammar, logic, and rhetoric. The more advanced arts constituted the quadrivium: music, arithmetic, geometry, astronomy, and these made up together the 7 liberal arts. I bet you didn't know that. I would love to have an adjective, quadrivial. That's quadrivial, to describe geometry. Action, orator, whatever, blah blah. Analysis of Essay 12. As in oratory, action is everything, so in civil business, boldness. Why boldness is powerful? It's being the chief of ignorance and baseness. Because it fascinates the shallow and weak among men, who are the most numerous. It often has temporary success. Impudence helps it, as in Muhammad's miracle. Yet an impudent person, when discomfited, appears ludicrous. And the true use of boldness, it is ill in counsel, but good in execution. There we have it. Francis Bacon on boldness. Definitely going to need to put it on the fan, because this is smoking quite ridiculously. And just going to put that egg in. Going to make it over easy. Just going to let it sit for a while. And I think, yeah, this should be pretty good. My mushrooms look great. My bacon still looks a bit pink. But eventually, oh yeah. Gonna season it. Some pepper. Now the entire house smells of bacon. Good. I'm glad there's no vegans who live here. Alright, I'm just going to let that cook. You've seen me make an egg before. No surprise. That's it. I think I'm going to stop here with a very smoky pan. So take care. Live well. Hope to see you next time for Francis Bacon, chapter 13, which I believe will be of goodness and goodness of nature. Very good. Ta-ta. Oh, hello again. Just wanted to show you the finished product. Looks quite nice, actually. It's, you know, not the biggest of meals for me. I just wanted an egg and maybe some bacon. That's what we got. Bacon and eggs. Good. Ciao.